If you grew up anything like me, you heard this all the time. Go to school so you can get a good job and make a lot of money and live the life that you want. But let's be real. What actually happened? What actually happens when you're done? You finish the school, drowning in student loans. You're starting life already in a hole, buried in debt, and barely able to pay your bills. Excuse me. Yep, that was me. Now, listen, this is not a rant about how college is a scam and college is bad. No, college has its place. We still need doctors, we still need lawyers, teachers, and all the professionals. We still need dentists, all the professionals who keep our community running and solving real problems. But here is the truth no one tells us. College is not a financial guarantee. I have a degree in cybersecurity, but guess what? When I was done, I was broke, struggling, living paycheck to paycheck, and watching my student loan balance grow like a monster that I could not escape because that interest rate was high. Formal education does not guarantee wealth. No matter how much you make, there is no guarantee that you're going to be able to build wealth. If you want financial freedom, you're going to have to take a different path. So in this video, I'm going to break down 10 reasons why so many educated people are still broke. And most importantly, what you can do differently so you don't become one of the broke educated people. Let's get into it. Number one, no financial education in school. Let's be real. School teaches you algebra, not how money works. You could be a skilled surgeon, a brilliant attorney, or even an accountant, and you still have no clue how to manage money. Did you know that 42% of high-income earners live paycheck to paycheck? These are professionals with formal educations, multiple degrees, some of them have, making six-figure income, yet living paycheck to paycheck. And that is wild. How do you win a game when no one taught you the rules of the game? So it doesn't matter if you're making six-figure or your minimum wage. If you don't know and don't understand how money works and how to manage it well, you are already in trouble. So how do you combat this? Since school doesn't teach financial education, what I did when I was 35 years old, unemployed, broke, struggling financially, I was tired of it. So I decided to learn how money worked, reading a lot of books, following wealthy mentors online, watching thousands of hours on money management content on YouTube. And more importantly, you must apply what you learn. Wealth responds well when you apply the wisdom, not when you store the information. This one, I would say, is the main reason why I was educated with a college degree and broke. The fear of risk, fear of failure. I was mortified by fear. I was struggling with the fear of failure and fear of losing my money. I didn't want to do anything that I did not have 100% guarantee that it was going to work. And this is what school does to you. You get programmed to play it safe. You don't want to do anything that you're not guaranteed to succeed. School teaches you to avoid mistakes, punishes you for trying, gives you consequence for failing. In wealth building, trying and making mistakes and failing, they're all part of the journey. But the mindset of trying to avoid mistakes and failure is what keeps a lot of educated people broke. So what is the solution? Start with calculated risk. That's what I did. I started with calculated risk in ETFs and build my risk tolerance slowly. You will lose more by standing still and playing it safe. Most people think that as long as I collect a lot of degrees, I will eventually land into wealth. That paper Your degree is not your passport to freedom. It is just a tool, and tools don't build unless you use them right. So it is important to stop idolizing the certificate, wanting to do more degrees and go to school more and more to pile up on the degrees. It's important to start prioritizing the skills, value creation. Ask yourself, how can I use what I already have? How can I use what I currently have to solve the problems that are around me and create income streams based on the solutions that I have? The concept you learn at school, the diligence, the focus, stamina, the discipline, the skills that you learn in your degree plan, how can you use that skill to solve the problems that are around you? And then how can you package that solution and take it to the marketplace in exchange for money? People think that going to school equals getting education. No, school tests your ability to retain information. You cram it and spit it out on a paper, you get graded, and then you get rewarded for your ability to be able to retain that information and write it out. Education is your ability to innovate, problem solve, apply the concept to solve problems for you and your community. Another thing that happens is that as soon as people get their degree and they graduate out of school, they completely stop learning. They just say, I'm done, and they mean it. They stop reading books. They stop attending seminars and conferences. All they focus on is just pure entertainment. But we have to understand that real education is lifelong. The more you learn, the more you earn, but only if you act on it. Educated people are broke because of that job dependency mindset. School teaches us to follow rules, complete assignments, pass tests, color within the lines. That sounds like employee training, right? Yep, because it is. You're not taught to take risk or think outside the box. You're trained to stay within the box. You just stay here. But if you want to really grow in wealth and have financial freedom, you're going to have to step outside the box and try different things. You're going to take risk. You're going to have to break the programming and not be afraid to try new things. Keep your job, but start a side hustle. Invest in yourself and learn the skills that will help you grow your business. Create multiple streams of income for yourself so you can have multiple streams of options. The sixth reason why most educated people are broke is because school focuses only on theoretical knowledge, not application. You know how school teaches you what to know, but rarely how to use it in real life. You might know compound interest by formula, but you still have zero savings and you still have zero investment. That is theory with no power. Take what you know and put it to work. If you understand math, apply it to budgeting. If you understand strategy, use it to plan your finances. If you understand compound interest, use it in your savings and use it to apply in your investment. Number 7 problem is the student loan debt. You graduate from school, and before you can even think about building wealth or building a solid financial plan, you are already in a hole. You start already in the negative. So how can you stay ahead of this? You can make plans to get very aggressive about paying off your student loans. This is what I did. Making plans to get very aggressive about paying down that student loan debt. Take community classes, go to community college the first 2 years and then transfer to the university because community college is cheaper, and then you can transfer your grades to the university and finish off the last 2 years in the university, and that helps you to keep the cost low. Learn about debt payoff strategies like the snowball strategy and the avalanche strategy. And the most important one is just stop taking on any extra debt. Focus on paying what you currently have off. There's a difference between a high income and a high net worth. The fact that you make 6 figures doesn't mean that you're building wealth. What is the point of earning a 6-figure income when your lifestyle expands to take up all of that money and even plunge you more into debt? Earning money doesn't mean keeping more. We are so focused on, I want a six-figure income, but we rarely talk about managing that money. How often are you tracking your expenses? How intentional are you about the lifestyle habit that is growing each time you get a bonus, each time you get a promotion, each time you earn more money? Another reason why educated people are broke is believing that savings alone is enough. Your savings account is safe, but it does not grow your wealth. If your money is not multiplying, it is slowly dying due to inflation. Don't be a broke graduate like I was when I had graduated college. Learn to invest, even if it's in small, low-cost index fund, buying a business, buying gold and precious metals, investing in government bonds, investing in real estate. Just get your money out there to work for you instead of losing value in your savings account. Another reason why educated people are broke is following outdated advice. The world is changing fast, but a lot of educated people are still following the money advice and the curriculum of the 60s and 70s and 80s. Just get a good job and stay there for 40 years, getting a raise of 50 cents every 5 years. That is not the world we live in anymore. This outdated advice will set you back, keep you working till you die because you don't have enough to retire. So update your mindset by studying modern wealth strategies. Be open to digital skills, online businesses, passive income, remote work, the use of AI tools to build wealth. You only have one option. You either adapt or you stay stuck. We're almost done. I know this was a long one. The next one is the lack of teamwork skills at school. This is why a lot of educated people are broke. You know what school doesn't teach, right? How to collaborate in a way that builds wealth. In school, you mostly work by yourself. You do a lot of things on your own and by yourself. But in wealth building, it is different. It's all about leverage. It's all about partnership, teamwork, collaboration, building with others. This skill gives you quantum leaps because you cannot do it all by yourself. When I started my very first business, I had no prior knowledge about business building. So this collaborating and teamwork skill really helped me. What I did was I joined a lot of business online forums and I began to learn from others. I collaborated with others, partnered with a lot of people, and that really helped me. I was able to add value to them, and they also added a lot of value to me and my business. Find people who complement your weaknesses, people that your weakness is their strength and their weakness is your strength, and partner with those people, collaborate, share resources, partner with people, add value to them so that they can also help you. Stop trying to do everything by yourself. You're no longer in school. That is not how wealth is built. You can't build wealth on your own. No one is self-made. Nobody is self-made. You hear a lot of people say, I'm self-made. Nobody is self-made. It's always teamwork. It's always partnership. It's always collaboration. It's always leverage. In conclusion, formal education, it is great. Going to college is great because we still need doctors and lawyers and teachers and accountants and dentists and all these other professionals to help us solve our daily problems. However, it does not guarantee financial freedom. You still need to have the ability to take the concept you learn from school and apply it in real life by solving problems, and then you package the solution and take it to the marketplace to sell and make money. And even when you make that money, you still need to have the financial education and literacy to be able to invest the money, to manage it well, to budget your money, to track your money, to know your income and your expenses, to live below your means, and to just continuously learn from people that already know more than you do. So please drop a comment below and let me know which of these 14 reasons really held you back. I would love to read your comments and respond to them. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I see you in the next strategy session.